Hello learners, welcome to Certificate in Food and Nutrition CFN2, your food and its utilization, Block 2, Unit 7. We'll be covering food, energy, activity pattern and body weight in today's lecture. I am your teacher for today, Dr. Ankita Gupta, Assistant Professor in the discipline of Nutritional Sciences, School of Continuing Education, Indira Gandhi National Open University, New Delhi. We will be covering in today's lecture the foods which you can eat in terms of their energy content, recognize your activity pattern and how it affects your energy levels, identify the ways to regulate your energy balance and maintain your weight. If you do not eat to satisfy the body's needs, you will suffer from either under or over nutrition. In the previous chapter, you have studied the different malnutrition or the deficiency diseases which are related to the effects of over or under nutrition. In this unit, we will learn how to select foods on the basis of their energy content. We will also learn about the energy needs of our body, which is related to the activity pattern. We will learn how to maintain energy balance and maintain weight. Food is the source of all our energy. Food supplies the energy needed for everything we do. The calorie content of food is related to its composition. The food which have a larger percentage of water have a low calorie content. The foods which contain mostly carbohydrates are very high in calories. Foods which contain large amount of fat are high in calories. The calorie content of food changes when they are prepared. The calorie content depends upon the ingredients that you add to the food. When we cook rice, it absorbs water. Thus, cooked rice contains only about a third as many calories as an equal weight of raw rice. When you prepare dal, a reduction in calorie content occurs because you add water to it, and the addition of water during cooking shows lowering of calories when the raw and cooked foods are compared on an equal weight basis. We use oil to season the dals. We use ghee or clarified butter. As you remember, each gram of oil has 9 calories. Thus, seasoning the dal with oil increases the calorie content of most of our preparations such as dals, vegetables, salads, etc. You prepare a number of foods at home by either shallow or deep frying. For example, foods such as dosa, paratha, puris and papads absorb some oil during preparation. Therefore, the calorie content of these foods increases due to the oil absorbed. You observe changes in calorie content during food processing also. If water is lost in processing, as when you dry the fruits, there is an increase in calorie value per unit weight of the food processed. While preparing jams, jellies and other fruit preserves, some water is lost and sugar is added, which results in an increase in calories. Thus, any change in the composition during preparation or processing affects the calorie content of the food product. Let us look at this table which shows the food composition and calorie content. It has been taken from Indian Food Composition Table 2017. You can see that fruits and vegetables are quite high in their moisture content. whereas the carbohydrate content in the fruits and vegetables is quite low. Similarly, the fat content in fruits and vegetables is low, and their corresponding energy values are also less. Whereas if we see eggs or cereals, groundnuts or butter, their carbohydrate, fat and energy values are high and their moisture percentage is quite low. Let us talk about your energy needs. The number of calories you need each day is decided by mainly two factors: the involuntary activity which is going on inside your body and the voluntary activity which you do on a daily basis. The energy spent for involuntary activity is the basal energy need of your body. It is measured as energy used per kilogram of body weight per hour, and it is also known as the basal metabolic rate or the BMR. Involuntary activities are those which occur without conscious effort on your part. The heartbeat, the movement of the digestive tract are good examples of involuntary activities. Meeting the calorie need for these involuntary activities is an absolute must to ensure continuance of life, because these are the activities which are necessary for our life to continue. It has to be met every moment of your life without consideration of any other needs. The amount of energy needed for involuntary activity in the body is much more than the amount you need for voluntary activities. The speed of your involuntary activity is set by the hormone called thyroxine. If there is too much of thyroxine being released, the energy use is increased. If the thyroxine level is low, the energy use for involuntary activity is reduced. Voluntary activity is what you choose to do. It includes the work you do as part of your occupation or profession or the job that you are engaged in. The activities which you do during your leisure time, such as playing tennis, painting, etc. The activities you do as part of your daily routine, such as brushing your teeth, having a bath, eating, commuting to work, doing laundry, washing dishes, all these are considered voluntary activities because you do them with your own will, you volunteer to do them. Whereas involuntary activities are not under our control. We cannot control the involuntary activities which are going on inside our body. The amount of energy spent in these voluntary activities depends upon the size and the number of muscle used, the time for which you use them, and how hard these muscles are used. Large muscles need more energy than smaller ones. Compare the muscles used in lifting loads with those used in typing. Rapid movement of muscles takes more energy than slow movements. You can compare the muscle movement in running with that of walking. The energy spent increases with the time spent in a given activity. For example, your leg muscles are used for a longer time in walking 2 kilometers than in walking half a kilometer. When many muscles are used, more energy is used as compared to when a few are used. You will notice that more muscles are used in rowing a boat than in sitting inside the boat. Energy requirement is estimated on the basis of the level of your activity. There are basically three categories of activity levels: sedentary or light activity, active or moderately active lifestyle, and vigorous or vigorously active lifestyle. So, what do we understand by sedentary or light activity lifestyle? These people have occupations that do not demand much physical effort, are not required to walk long distances, generally use vehicle for transportation, do not participate in sports, and spend most of their leisure time sitting or standing with little body displacement. Examples of sedentary worker are male or female teacher, office workers or executives, clerks, typists, etc., housewives living in urban areas with access to energy saving devices and domestic help, active or moderately active lifestyle. These people have occupation that are not strenuous in terms of energy demands, but involve more energy expenditure than that described for sedentary lifestyle. Examples of moderately active lifestyles are associated with occupations such as servants, house cleaners, rural women who participate in agriculture course, vigorous or vigorously active lifestyle. These people engage regularly in strenuous work or in strenuous activities for several hours. Example of vigorously active persons include rickshaw pullers, mine workers or coolies. The calorie requirement is highest for an activity which involves heavy work, followed by moderate work and then sedentary work. As you can see in this picture, sedentary activity is for somebody who's stationary at a particular place, whereas moderate activity is for a person who has to move and has to carry some load or work and put in some more effort, and heavy workers are somebody who will be rickshaw pullers or mine workers who have to undergo a lot of strenuous activity every day. Let us talk about the demand and supply of calories. Your weight is a balance between the calories supplied by your food and the energy you spend each minute on your life. If the intake of calories is more than the energy spent, then the person is likely to be overweight or obese. But if the intake of calories is less than the energy spent, the person is likely to be underweight. Let us discuss the activities and calories. How are they interrelated? Food provides the energy the body needs for all its activities. Some of these activities keep the body going, such as breathing, heartbeat, blood circulation, growth and repair of the body, while others relate to the body's capacity to work, to move, to carry a child, to sweep the floor. The food is first digested and the nutrients are then transported by the bloodstream to all the cells of the body. The food components are oxidized by the oxygen in the cells and energy is released to meet the needs of the body. You record the energy content of food in calories. The ideal energy spent in activities is also recorded in calories. You eat food which provides energy, which is measured in calories. When you eat foods that provide the number of calories needed to meet the body's expenditure of energy, your weight does not change. Thus, maintaining the body weight in healthy adult indicates ideal energy balance. When you eat more food than is needed to meet the body's requirements for energy, the excess of energy gets stored inside the body. The body cannot get rid of energy in excess of its needs. It can only deposit in the most compact manner, that is in the form of fat. So any excess energy intake which we do gets stored in the body in the form of fat. If you eat consistently less amount of food which is unable to meet your needs of energy, body fat gets oxidized to release energy to make up for the deficit, and you tend to lose weight. An underweight person has low vitality, decreased resistance to disease, and thereby his capacity to do work is also reduced. Let us talk about how to maintain the body weight. Every one of us is interested in his or her body weight. Some people want to lose weight, some need to gain some weight, while others who've managed to be normal weight wish to maintain it. Undesirable weight can affect our vitality, our appearance, and our emotional life. It affects our longevity as well. Weight is one of the gross parameters of our health. Life insurance companies collected data about weight and heights and developed the first tables of desirable weight for height to guide their agents to determine the premium which was to be paid by the clients. The clients who were either underweight or overweight were found to be at greater risk and therefore had to pay higher premiums. Thus, our weight indirectly affects our financial liability as well. How to maintain normal weight? There are three factors which affect our normal or desirable weight. These are our age, our height, and the body build. By the time we reach 25 years of age, the body building process is complete, and so our need to add weight. It is advisable for us to maintain the weight. If we have reached our desirable weight for height by 25 years of age, the weight should not increase after that. When we are 40 years, there is no reason to weigh more than what you were at 30. The same is true for the years after. But you will observe a number of men and women gain half a kilogram every year after the age of 35 or 40. You may think it is insignificant to worry about a gain or a little gain like half a kilogram, but when it continues for 10 to 15 years, those extra kilograms are certainly visible. What is weight for height? Height and body build are determined by heredity. So you have little control over your height and body build. But you can decide and control your weight. How can we do this? How can we maintain the body weight? We should record the body weight regularly. Remember three things when you weigh yourself. First, weigh yourself at regular intervals, say once a month, at a time of the day, and as far as possible on the same weighing scale. Your weight may vary as much as a kilogram or more during a single day. This variation is due to the water you drink, about 1 kg per day or 1 liter per day, the food you eat. Each meal weighs around 600 to 700 grams, and loss of weight through urine and the feces. If you have a scale at home, the best time to weigh is in the morning before you eat or drink anything. If you weigh yourself away from the home, try to use the same weighing scale each time you weigh yourself so that the error due to the scale may be minimal. Secondly, try to wear similar light clothing. Please weigh yourself without wearing shoes or chappals. If you are carrying a purse, a briefcase or a bag of books, please put these down before weighing yourself. These can add around 0.5 kg or more to your weight and thus give a wrong value. Thirdly, record your weight in your diary or a notebook along with the date. Compare your weight with the desirable weight for height. Compare your weight with the record of your weight last month and the month before that as well. Supposing you weigh 55 kilograms today and you find that it is half a kilogram more than the last time, you may think it is not important to worry about it, since your weight varies more than that in a day. But check your weight record and see if there is an increase. If that is the case, it is the time to take action before it gets difficult to manage. If you are underweight, you need to watch too, to see that you gain steadily until you reach the desirable weight for height and body fluids. This is the chart which the Life Insurance Corporation of India has given for height and weight of men and women. So, the different heights are given and corresponding weights for males and females are given in this chart. So, the Life Insurance Corporation used to refer to this chart for calculating the premium of the clients. Let us sum up today's lecture. In this unit, you've had an opportunity to learn the relation of food composition to the calorie content. Your age, body build and activity affects the desirable weight of your body. You've learned the importance of maintaining your weight record regularly and accurately. By noting your activity pattern, you can decide whether you are sedentary, active or very active worker. You need to balance your energy intake with energy expenditure to maintain your weight at a desirable level. I hope today's lecture helped you to understand more about activity patterns. That's all from me for today. Thank you for listening.